that's not the overlay I wanted. That's the overlay I wanted. Very good. So why Jakiro? Nothing to say. Medusa, Faith Bian on the Wraith King. Sylar DP. Jinkyu boots first on the position for Mars. Let's see what he can get done this game.
EHOME's team fight is much stronger. Even though there is Omni Knight on the enemy side, they can disengage with either Stone Gaze, Mars Arena. They have a lot of long cooldown ultis. But even if they use one or two before, they can still take a team fight. I'm just afraid that they might lose the laning stage.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game for sure. Flywin Omni up top with September Rubik. So headdress there. Super has a headdress on the AA and should be pairing up with the Monet PL down bottom. Setsu Void Spirit into mid. And yeah, the odds have kind of balanced themselves out. I think it was 3-1 or 4-1 game 1, 7-1 in game 2, and EHOME took that one pretty down nicely. Now it's 2.48 for EHOME, 1.5 to RNG, so getting a little bit closer there in terms of betting odds. Mars spotting out Monet. Nothing really the PL can do here. Just going to be the 2 for 2. Radiant takes north, and Dire takes south. Or east versus west, whichever way you want to look at it.
Definitely not the way that I'm looking at it. I'm just left, right, top, bottom guy.
Oh, that's true. You hate the compass.
I don't hate the Kanka, though.
The Kanka compass. They should... There we go. Next secret shop for TI10 if it's... hopefully... continues as planned. Get themselves go and make a compass, a Kunka compass. Put it in the shop. Make some money. I'm sure you'll get lots of people buying it.
I still need someone to make it. I'm really not.
Valve can make
not
it.
good at things.
You can find someone, I'm sure. With all this apocalypse stuff happening. Oh, Courier, one down. Jinkyu, the double Courier kill. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wonderful stuff.
That's 300 gold for EHOME.
That's insane. Ah, yeah, that's pretty insane, isn't it? And Jinkyu off to a cracking start. Sylar, looking okay in this top lane. It's not going to be easy against Rubik Omni. We know how oppressive that lane can be. While bottom, Super suffering a similar fate. Faith Bian and Y putting a lot of pressure in on them. How's mid lane going? Must be rough for a Void Spirit against this snake.
He's doing okay. 6-2. His attack animation is one of the best ones in the game. Like just the sound, and he can always do this. Use Resonant Pulse to secure the range creep.
Once Medusa kind of gets to level 4, 5 or so, Setsu has to be so careful with his positioning. Getting hit by that snake, just draining all your mana, doing that damage. Jinkyu looking for a kill top. September, about 2 hits away from death. Will be able to keep himself up and running, but giving time to Sylar to continue farming. Always important. Pretty even across the board. Everyone's farming. How's the old regen trade going, though? Because Radiant with 2 headdresses, it feels like should have the upper hand.
Bottom lane so far so good. They have 3 tangos left, 2 on AA, and that headdress mentioned. So they're not receiving too much damage. One of the reasons why Ring of Tarask is so popular is because of that extra regen. I see Arteezy really loves to buy that item.
We've seen a lot of Centaurs, right, with the Ring of Tarask, Ring of Health. What is it, like 15 HP regen? Jakiro bottom, Monet and Super sticking it to Y and getting that first blood kill down bottom lane. Super with the Tango going, has 12 HP regen a second. And Monet CS 11-2. Still sitting pretty. Resets lane equilibrium back closer to his tower. Nothing much the Faith Bian can do there. Can't really pull across just yet.
What EHOME needs to do is play this for late game. I don't think they can win this early on with the heroes that they have. Medusa is not going to make any kind of rotation. Your position 3 Raid King also just wants to farm that profit. So they need to group up. Okay, this is also the hero that is not mobile. You have position 4 Mars. if he does not land a spear, you're not getting a kill. So this way works if they outnumber people or just play for that mid game.
Even more regen coming top for EHOME. Sylar messing around with creep wave. In behind that tier 1 now. As Fly went with September. Yeah, pulling across to the large camp. Interesting little setup here. What's Mars up to? 4-minute rune spawns for Setsu. Invis to refill that bottle.
You're going nowhere.
Faith Beyond down bottom. Feeling a little bit awkward now. Jakiro, Wraith King, not able to shut down the PL. Monet and Super doing a great job. I love the way that players are kind of manipulating creep waves now, like dragging a couple of creeps this way, try and get it under tower, you know, allowing your opponents to maybe take 1 or 2 CS kind of for free, but then resetting for the next wave.
Yep. And the bottom lane, this overtime damage, they pop the Brave Fire Blast, use Liquid Fire and Dual Breath, and Phantom Lancer just dispels all that overtime damage with the Doppelganger.
And then has the headdress from Super to keep him going as well. But Bounty Runes is what they will excel at. Moving forward, Faith Bian is kind of hunting here onto the AA. Pops out the Skellies, but an immediate TP from Super will get him back to safety. Sitting around 200 health. Pops the salve. Sylar taking a Bounty Rune. Y taking 2. 3 for 1. Things still pretty quiet on this mid lane. Void Spirit is ahead in CS. Net worth-wise, what's the difference? Yeah, a good 200 or 300, so Void Spirit definitely coming out on top.
Once he hits level 6, and they need to secure the rune for him, there is kill potential. Medusa, how low is she? She's sitting at half HP at the moment, bringing some tangos to regen up, 3 raid bands. The way this lineup works is if Medusa gets 2nd/3rd item Rapier, let's see that go on mid lane.
Yeah, he's had his bottle refilled. Setsu ready to fight. Doesn't even need the Rubik to help him out. Misses out on the Remnant, and with Mars coming through, nothing to say, does get away. So they did need the Rubik for that little bit of extra damage, and Setsu might actually have given his life away for this one, still being chased by Jin Q as Y cuts off the Rubik. Illusion Rune there. Do we have a spear? We do, and that's the death of the Void Spirit, as Jakiro still hunting September, and it looks like he's got the damage over time to tick him down, and 2-0. Medusa surviving, of course, a beautiful thing there for EHOME, keeping her alive so vital.
EHOME needs to be counter-reactive instead of trying to go for any kind of aggressive play themselves. Top lane, Exorcism is used.
Yeah, Faith Beyond dies bottom, but Fly went top. Chased by Sylar, and that's the DP going in for a kill, and a bit of pressure onto this objective. With Catapult Wave here, Setsu actually cannot stick around. The Ghost shredding him. Does have the bottle to refill a decent chunk as Sylar, Salve, Dissimulate comes through. Nice Resonant Pulse, and Setsu gets the takedown on the DP. Important
Setsu
kill there.
2 Ether Remnants, 1 on DP, the first one, to save his Omni Knight, and 1 on the mid lane to secure the kill on Medusa. If he got those 2 correctly, he wouldn't even die on the mid lane.
It's very close. But that kill top kind of puts him back into fighting shape. Medusa now jungling. Nice little mango tree. Looks like she sent it back home. Holding onto this
The dream. Mango tree with Medusa and Wraith King in your team.
Infinite mana. September and Setsu yet again trying to catch this Medusa, but a TP from Y should be able to keep her alive. Yeah, Mango's given across to nothing to say to allow that mana shield to keep on going, but with another Remnant there, they find Medusa, but the turnaround comes. Faith Bian and Y get the trade back onto the Void Spirit, and Rubik just has to TP away.
EHOME needs to be ready to TP, so they should not be TPing to a lane. the farm instead of just have walk to the lane, have their TPs ready so they can react, because RNG understands that they can play really aggressive right now. AA farming his level 6 on the mid lane, while other lanes are going well. Omni Knight 47 CS, and look at Phantom Lancer, almost 60 CS at the moment.
61 and 26, and diving tier 3s gets the kill on Jin-Q with that final lance, and now he can go and TP back to his tier 1. I'm just thinking about that death mid. The buyback from Jin-Q TPing mid as they do make a play onto the Medusa with 3 heroes from RNG, forcing that heavy-handed reaction out of EHOME. Yeah, I think Medusa's death at the tier 2, nothing to say, was probably saying, hey, I'm fine, you know, plenty of HP, they've burnt my mana shield, but I'm probably not going to die. So Wise TP was delayed that time around, but you can see now they're definitely taking your advice, TPing very quickly, even buying back the Mars to defend the Medusa.
That's how they need to play with what they have. I see Wraith King going for Vanguard King.
Crimson against PL, pretty powerful.
It is. It's just not the item that the Wraith King benefits from. They had to adjust their lanes. Like, if it was something different, let's say Underlord against these heroes, it'd be like 10 times stronger. Once again, mid lane.
But then it was that bait, right? The bait of the Wraith King. Is it POS 1? Is it POS 3? You weren't quite sure. So it was all part of the kind of draft logic from EHOME. How's Sylar doing? I've not looked at him in a little bit. Hood coming out. So no Yule's Rush, going straight Hood.
I must have them all.
Interesting. There's not too much magical damage besides AA and Void Spirit.
That seems like a direct pick-up against the Ancient Apparition. Phantom Lancer, only a couple of hundred away from Diffusal Blade now. Farming multiple camps, has a big wave to clear.
Void Spirit and A is such a deadly combo. Is their ulti coming? No, they're trying to make a move on the bottom lane. It should be an easy kill.
And that's Diffusal Blade for the PL. Pretty much complete. Smoke purchase from Super, so it looks like RNG want to try and snowball this forward, get the momentum going. Exorcism is back up for DP. I wonder if that's going to be a tier 1 attempt top. No catapult, though.
They can't. They need to bring numbers if they want to take tower and make this exorcism useful. Right now, Void Spirit will just continue to play aggressive, play with AA whenever Ice Blast is ready to set things up. Let's see. Maybe they're just being outnumbered at the moment, doesn't want to play too aggressive.
And we see there how good Void Spirit is to get away from this dire team. They don't really have a great way of catching him. Dodges out Wraith Fire Blast with Dissimulate. They need to land Ice Path as a Mars ulti onto the Ancient Apparition. They will be able to get that quick and easy kill. September and Monet turning onto Faith Beyond, though, but a nice Macropire Ice Path. Oh, dodged by Monet, even nicely with that Doppelganger, finding a mega kill streak on his Phantom Lancer. Still burning inside the Macropire as the Void Spirit arrives, jumps into the back lines, watching for Sylar, but Monet drops. Jin-Q has cleared him up, and now the turn. He jumps back with another Remnant. Setsu will be safe. Astral Step, not Remnant. Brain, please.
Very great play from Phantom Lancer. Put an extra point in talent instead of maxing out the Doppelganger, which got him killed in that fight. I mean, Setsu could once again save him with Ether Remnant. He was just saving it to try to grab a kill. It's one of those heroes that sometimes you look like you're master of it. It's a fairly new hero, so we have to forgive him.
Absolutely do. But good rotations from EHOME again, you know, reacting, playing that kind of counter initiation, waiting for RNG to make the move, and then TPing and snapping into action. Medusa. There's a double damage rune. And there's the attempted Ice Path onto Dissimulate that Y is going to have to try every time they want to maybe catch the Void Spirit. As Wraith King in his own jungle, picked off by 3 members of RNG. Buying a 15-minute Quelling Blade, it looks like.
Problem is, they have Medusa and Wraith King. Both of these heroes love to be in the jungle, but they can't afford it. Like, they need to give Medusa the space to get the items online, and Sylar is doing a good job lane info that they're showing on the mid tower, so he's securing the tower for his team.
And Macropire to clear out creep wave. Tier 1 tower mid still standing pretty strong. Ice Path does connect. Monet still giving chase though, and why? Blasted by the Ancient Apparition and Void Spirit as they come in from the wings. So Tier 1 now should be claimed mid by RNG. As EHOME, like you've been saying, just kind of sitting back, getting Medusa big. Wraith King is going to tank up, get these aura items going. And Sylar took Tier 1 bottom. Can now shift into that jungle. Finish off the Yule Scepter in just a few hundred gold.
EHOME lineup is one of those where you overthink and then you end up with a lineup that can't do anything unless you go like post 30 minutes and everyone has farm.
Omni is going to have such a fast pipe. Almost has it completed. That potentially gives RNG the little bit of wiggle room in these team fights they needed. As Jinkyu and Sylar move forward, but a stolen ice path.
Stolen ice path.
Yeah, stops them in their tracks. Invis rune on the Void Spirit. Where's Setsu going? They want this Medusa. Feels like a difficult kill to grab. Yule's into Ether Remnant, it's ready, Ice Blast is there, and well, difficult becomes easy when you've got so much follow through. Nothing to say, he does run away with a Stone Gaze and now the Mars ulti. Macropire in onto Flywind, but he's a tanky Omni Knight with 14 wand and a Purification to go, so Monet onto Sylar, burning through all of the DP's mana, but a nice Fire Blast will yet again just slow things down as Y trapped by the Ether Remnant and blown up. Guardian Angel here for safety's sake, and Monet giving chase. Does he want to continue in onto high ground? He's going pretty deep, but the damage he's got shreds Faith Beyond, Exorcism expended, Wraith King still alive, but Sylar will not be sent to an early grave. And nothing to say, Medusa has wandered back in here, but with low HP and not too many cooldowns remaining, RNG feel well, they should back off of this one. A couple of very good kills, all they really required.
Man, it feels bad using DP ulti that lasted for like 6 seconds.
Oh, another Yule's into Remnant. Jinkyu tried to save, nothing to say, but that Ice Blast will send her off to the fountain yet again. Dead for 40 seconds, and RNG, they've got the momentum going. They got PL Diffusal, and they are not slowing down.
They have this Omni Knight to keep them alive with the hood. Full pipe, actually, when he uses the courier, and he can keep them alive. There is no real burst damage on the EHOME. This game is just over. One of those games where it's super slow, but you know that the enemy team can't do anything. They can't make any rotations. Heroes are pretty static. How do you even start a fight? Like Mars using Spear on someone?
Yeah, it has to be the circles, right? It's going to be Mars Arena with DP, Silence, Ice Path, Macropire, just dump everything. But if you only find one target, then you spend all of your abilities on one target. Not really worth it. RNG have this multi-core lineup with an Omni Knight as the saving grace. Rubik and AA can also, they're a kill squad. These two heroes, no matter what Rubik steals, they can set up kills with Fade Bolt, Ice Blast after Telekinesis. It's all beautiful. Monet up top. Doppelganger forward. Zone Jinkyu away from that tower defense. Is this Crimson Guard? No, not yet. It's a magic stick for Faith Bian.
Medusa needs to farm Manta style and get the Rapier. This is the only way. If they can hold this game for another 10 minutes. Which I don't think they can.
Wait. What? Sylar's out
Double
of the base
damage,
dying.
Void.
That is a very, very nasty looking Void Spirit. How many kills does he get? There's another one. Courier, another one. High ground time. RNG really do have this one in the bag, it feels like. PL shoving tier 3 top, the rest of the squad is into mid. And Medusa and Wraith King just pushing out bottom. Having a nice little
You know you're in
bottom
problem
lane.
when you have enemies pushing 2 sides at once. It's been a really long time since I saw this.
Jinkyu down. 15-6. It's an 8k lead, but yeah, you're just losing 2 lanes of barracks with literally no response. And do you reckon it's called GG now? Or do you want one more fight?
No, they can't really do anything at the moment. DP ulti is ready. I mean, you can try. On the bottom lane, you have Wraith King, who's level 10 farming with the Vanguard.
But you're losing your Jakiro.
Anything.
DP Exorcism and then Spirit Siphons forward. It's a nice ice path, really beautifully set up, but the follow-through is lacking. Sylar sprinting into the middle of 5 enemy heroes. Flywind looks pretty tanky here, even with all the ghosts battering around his head. Finally, they'll get a kill. Flywind falls, so they get something at the very least. But while that's all happening, PL is dealing with Dusa, taking a full lane of barracks. They took the tier 3 middle lane. Roshan is now open for them. The map really completely belongs to RNG.
September was trying to use Trusty Shovel. That Prophet found him, or who found who? That Prophet needs to TP out.
That was rude of Sylar.
So minus barracks on the top lane, minus tier 3 tower on mid lane. They can easily go to the Roche, but they don't even have to. Like, they can just run down the mid. There is no DP ulti. But if they want to play this safe, wait for another Guardian Angel to be up, take the Roche meanwhile, and this game is in the bag.
Invisibility.
Yeah, Mars doesn't like. There's no. Very often we look at an item pickup or something that can come through from the team that's slipping. Nothing on Mars, nothing on Jakiro, the 2 supports. Wraith King, I guess, like with 2,000 gold saved up, is he looking for something bigger than just Crimson Guard? Is Faith Beyond thinking? Yeah,
he might be thinking about Radiance.
That's what I'm wondering as well. Or maybe he buys the rapier, goes in and dies, and then Medusa picks it up.
That would be next level if they can
make
that happen.
It's Faith Beyond and Y. I only expect next level. Oh my god, Jinkyu nearly dying to a Setsu illusion. Dear lord. He's TPing out. He's safe and sound. Sylar might not be.
Look at the balance on Medusa. 20% evasion, Mystic Snake, mana gain. No one goes for those talents.
No. That's
getting
very odd.
Like, you need to go all in. 40 attack speed on top of 20 damage. Like, you're getting damage item anyway.
I understand the evasion against PL. I can kind of go with that over the damage. But
yeah,
40,
but level 15 talent.
Yeah, but I always see the attack speed now. Like, it used to be the Snake mana gain when Snake was super imba, but 40 attack speed is so good at level 15, and they jump the Medusa straight away with Setsu. Ice Path will zone him back. The rest of RNG thinking about taking this high ground, shoving tier 2 bottom lane just so they can get the kind of pivoted attack into multiple lanes off of that high ground. They're in no rush. Resonant Pulse silences and gains 2 charges. Aghanim Scepter Void Spirit.
It doesn't even say how long the silence is. I think it's 3 seconds.
3 is it really 3 second AoE silence?
I think it is.
That's disgusting, man. Let's have a look. Let's watch him.
And you're just gonna count?
Yeah. Well, you think I shouldn't count?
It's gonna be the hypest 1, 2, 3 I've ever seen.
And the first time a Dota broadcast has had someone count to 3. There's the jump. Yule's up into the air. No, he's being silenced. He can't use Resonant Pulse. No! The Mars ulti will come out and a spear back onto Monet, but they've lost the Wraith King and an Ice Blast. Perfectly placed. Onto Nothing to Say, but the DP sent skywards by her own Yules has to sprint back towards Fountain. EHOME are bleeding out as Monet gets stunned up, but they've got the Omnias back up. There's no way to deal with this PL at this point. And Medusa, well, she can't stand her ground, so she has to run and hide as Setsu dives into the back lines. Sylar trapped up at the front, 4 versus 1. The poor Death Prophet healing as best she can. Another Yule's up, buys a little more time. And Monet, Doppelganger, still trying to get in onto Sylar. The DP will fall eventually. It's going to take a while as the Ghost return. The heal will not allow her to continue fighting. And game 3. And this best of 3 goes to RNG. Just like you said, it was inevitable that this one would come to an end in this fashion. Faith Beyond and Y back in the Fountain, cuddling, but crying.